you should just drink water. Like, just do it. Why do I keep doing that? Good morning, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full day of eating where I'm going to be answering like fitness questions I asked on Instagram and Twitter if you guys had any questions, but I also just have a couple that I feel like I should address based on like my personal eating habits. And so let's get into it. First thing I want to say is health and fitness is not my entire life. It is a part of my life. I try and be as healthy as I can and as fit as I can, and obviously like everyone likes to look good. That's why I incorporate these things into my life, but I also will never sacrifice things for this lifestyle. For me, this is just like supplementing the great things I have in my life. I kind of have an obsessive mindset over things, so if I was to hold this to such a high standard, then I know that it would be unhealthy for me, and that's why I try and maintain this as just a small part of my life. And I think that for a lot of people that is how it should be, and I think people don't really realize that like it's not all or nothing. Like you don't have to eat a certain way all the time, you don't have to do certain things every single day of your life. Like literally anything you can do is helping your body, and that's the most important thing, is you and your body and your mindset. So I think that's like the main thing that I want to put across. Health and fitness should be fun, it should be enjoyable, and the second that it becomes unenjoyable and not fun, you're not really doing what you think you're doing for yourself. But the first thing I want to talk about is my lifestyle, the way I eat. I heard someone on YouTube, I don't remember who, say they follow the 80-20 plan. 80% of the time they eat their version of like a fitness lifestyle, and then 20% of the time she eats whatever she wants. And that really stood out to me because that's kind of what I do anyway. During the weekdays I eat whole plant-based foods most of the time, and then the other 20% of the time, which is the weekends, which now I'm realizing isn't really 80-20. So I guess what I follow is 70-30, which sounds a lot less impressive, but whatever. But then the weekends, I eat literally whatever I want. That's the way that I have been able to balance what I feel is right for my body and also like still having a good time. But my philosophy always was, if I'm gonna work my butt off during the week, I'm gonna enjoy myself on the weekends, because that's what I want to look good for. Like I never understand when people are like,
oh, I can't go out, and like I can't go out to dinner because like I'm dieting.
well, you look good to sit in front of your TV and watch Netflix. Like no, you have worked hard to look good, so like I don't believe in cheat meals or cheat days or like cheat anything, because what are you cheating on? That just equates negative feelings with food. If I want to go out and buy Domino's pizza, if I call it a cheat meal, then that's a reason to feel guilty for eating pizza. I just don't really understand that mentality. So instead, calling it 70-30, even when they're the same thing, you're doing the same thing, but it's all about your mindset. That's the main focus of this. If your mindset is off but your body looks slamming, like why? So I'm gonna go downstairs and get some breakfast. I drank a bunch of water, and I try and drink about like 4 of those water bottles a day, and you should drink like a lot of water. I don't know how much, but like a lot. So for breakfast today, I'm gonna have avocado toast because I love bread. Normally for breakfast, I like to eat something that's like high in carb and high in fat, especially if I'm not gonna be eating lunch for a while. Like other things I like to eat for breakfast, I really like chia seed pudding. I like oatmeal, but I haven't. I only use like those packets of oatmeal, and they're like so bad for you. They're not good. I'm gonna try to make my, like, it's not that hard. Like, I don't know why I'm like such a weirdo about it, but that's next on my agenda. Make my own oatmeal. Oh, like smoothies. So another thing I wanted to talk about was whether I track calories and macros or not. When I was first getting into health and fitness, I got a Fitbit and I started tracking in their app, and it was good for a while. Like I do think there are some benefits to tracking calories and macros, but like I said, like I have an obsessive mindset about things sometimes, so I got like obsessed with it. I tracked for maybe a year and a half. I kind of know what is in the foods I'm eating, so I know like roughly how many calories I'm eating, and I'm in the process of transitioning to intuitive eating. I don't want to count calories anymore. I think for me it's made me like really obsessed with like putting stuff in my phone, and I don't like I don't think anything should be obsessive like that, so I'm trying to get away from it. But it's hard. Like anyone that's tracked and like has the same kind of tendencies as I do, you'll like, it's hard to stop when you're like constantly thinking about it. The kind of explanation behind it is that like your body knows what it needs. So I would like to get to a point where I can recognize cravings for bad food and be able to understand what my body wants in terms of like good food. So normally for lunch I'll either have a salad or a wrap. The one I had today was taco salad. It has black bean crumbles and corn. I sauteed that on the stove. Salsa, taco sauce, quinoa, and carrots. I think that's it. On a bed of lettuce. The other one I make a lot, I'll post the picture right here. It's lettuce with sesame tahini dressing, noodles, and like a bunch of veggies, and tofu. Normally for lunch, I like to get in a lot of veggies. So another thing I wanted to talk about was whether or not I am vegan. The answer is no. Like I said, I try and eat a mostly whole plant-based foods diet. That's when I feel my best, is when I'm eating whole foods in their natural intended forms and not processed junk food. I would like to even say that I was a vegetarian, but I just am not. I don't buy meat at the grocery store. I don't cook meat myself. If I'm going out to eat, I'm already not focused on eating healthy, so being vegan or vegetarian is not really a priority to me. Since I'm not doing it for ethical reasons, which like someday it'll hit me and I will stop eating meat and dairy products, but I'm just not there yet, and that's okay. It's not like the end of the world. I will get there eventually. Hopefully. I do only buy almond milk. I like rarely cook with cheese at home. Like nothing that I really eat during the week has cheese in it. There are probably 3 out of 5 days a week where I'm vegan anyway. Last thing I want to talk about is my workout schedule, how I work out and stuff like that. Boys like right across the street. They don't care what I'm doing. Just like healthy eating, following a strict exercise routine is not really a priority for me. It's more what fits into my lifestyle, what feels good, and just getting my body moving in any way that I can. When I got to college, I started going to the gym with a couple of my friends. I didn't know what I was doing, like at all. I never had been to a gym before. Over the course of freshman and sophomore year, I became more comfortable in the gym. I was doing like lifting weights and stuff. My cardio was the elliptical for 30 minutes every single day. It was only like 3 days. Like, don't get me wrong. And then I would do abs, legs, or pretend to do upper body, but then really just do abs. But then over this summer going into junior year, I really found like some good people on YouTube who are really informative and easy to follow when you don't know what the hell you're doing. I started lifting more. I mean, I worked out like probably still 3 days a week, like nothing insane. Now I have completely gotten away from weight training. I haven't lifted weights in probably 3 months, but I feel the most fulfilled that I ever have from my workouts. Over this winter session, I have gotten like massively into yoga. So now there's classes at my gym. It's like $60 for a pass and you can go to unlimited classes. And there's like at least 1 yoga class a day. And there's like a ton of other ones that I'm really interested in. Like today I'm going to Pilates. I don't know what that is. Never heard of her. Because I have this pass, it's like, well, I already paid for it. What I'm doing now is I'll do cardio probably twice a week and I'm doing interval trainings. I'll run for a minute and then walk for a minute. Run for a minute, walk for a minute. If you don't think you can run, you should try this. And then I also do yoga. Like I said, I do those classes. I probably will go to those like 3 days a week. Ultimately, get your body moving, do whatever feels good. I was so in a mindset of like, if I don't write down a schedule and work out at the gym, and I'm not doing it. And that's the mindset that we all get into. My biggest advice would just be to like do what feels good. Right now, yoga makes me feel so good. I'm finished a practice and I get up and I feel like a whole new person. And I'm not even preaching yoga. Like I'm not even saying that you should try yoga. I'm just saying do what makes you feel energized and do what makes you feel like you are the hottest shit to ever walk the earth. Find whatever that is and do it. And probably like 6 months from now, I'll change my workouts again. Like I might not even be doing this. You're allowed to change mine every single day. So I just got back from Pilates. Like if you can go to a class or something, I definitely recommend it. So basically it's like similar to yoga with like more micro movements added in. So one of the questions I was asked was how I stay motivated to work out. It's really important to find something that you love doing. Like there's no way at this point that I could stay motivated to weight train and go to the gym and like lift weights for 45 minutes. So instead I take my motivation and use it for something that keeps my interest. Everyone has that motivation inside them. I don't believe that like people are more motivated than other people. Like if you have the desire to do something, you have the capability to do it. You just need to find the desire rather than finding the motivation. For dinner tonight, me and my friend actually ended up making tacos. So it was my second Mexican themed meal of the day, but that's okay because they were really good. They were sweet potato, black bean, avocado, salsa, corn. So it was different than what I had for lunch. But for dinner, I like to have like stir fries, veggie burgers, anything simple like a protein, a carb, and a vegetable. I like to have like a hot meal, so pasta with veggies is always good. I like to have something that's like high carb and high protein. I like to eat a lot of protein at dinner because normally by this point I haven't had a ton throughout the day. So yeah.